In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some photos and videos that we got from the Moto G Stylus 2026. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some photos and videos that I have taken on the Moto G Stylus 2026 edition. I've been using this device for about a week straight, and I thought I should show you guys some photos and videos. I haven't really seen any videos on YouTube up yet that had any of that. So in this video, we're going to be showing you some of that. I do want to go into the camera application and show you guys a little bit of what's inside of here. Of course, we have our photo, we have our video. We can go up to 4K at 30 frames per second on the rear and the front facing camera. We can also go up to 1080p at 60 frames per second as well. We have slow motion, a little bit of a gimmick right there. We have our portrait mode, we have our pro mode, and in our more section we have things like scan, night vision, panorama, ultra res, which basically uses the 50 megapixel lens that's on the Moto G Stylus. We also have photo booth, we have time lapse, and we also have dual capture on this as well. It basically uses both the rear and the front facing camera to record whatever you're looking at, and it's going to be recording you at the same time. So essentially this is what you get inside of here. You guys can also change the settings from JPEG to RAW to JPEG plus RAW as well. So if you guys want to change the formats, that is there for you. We can also change the aspect ratio. We have a little timer in here and stuff. Pretty basic camera setup right here. Essentially what we've seen on all of Motorola's devices. The other thing about this is we essentially have the same camera setup, or we do have the same camera setup as the Moto G Stylus 2025 edition. So for the dual facing camera setup, we have a 50 megapixel wide angle camera. We also have a 13 megapixel ultra wide camera. So no telephoto lens. I'm hoping next year Motorola does put a telephoto lens on here. That would be great. And again, as I said before, 32 megapixel front facing camera on there. The same sensor that we got from last year as well. So yes, the Sony Lydia 700C sensor is going to be on this device. So all of the changes that you see, if you see any changes in the photos or videos that I've taken on this, are going to be strictly software improvements. So this isn't going to have to do with the actual sensor inside this device. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the photos and some of the videos that I took on the Moto G Stylus 2026. Alright everyone, so this is the front facing camera, full HD, 30 frames per second. And this is what you guys can expect out of this on the Moto G Stylus 2026. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And the viewfinder doesn't look too bad, but again, 1080p, 30 frames per second. Next up, we have 4K at 30 frames per second, and this is how we're looking. Not too bad. It's about 5:30 right now, so the sun is going down a little bit. Still got a lot of light out though, because the sun doesn't really go down over here till 7 in California, or after 7, but this is how we're looking. We now have the rear facing camera at full HD 60 FPS, so this is 60 frames per second, and this is how we're looking for 60 FPS. Can't show you the dogs today because I'm wearing sandals. This is how we're looking now. Next up, full HD 30 frames per second on the rear facing camera of the G Stylus 2026. And last but not least, we have 4K at 30 frames per second on the G Stylus 2026 right here. 4K 30 FPS. You got that 2x zoom on here as well. Don't know how I feel about this so far. It feels like there's a little bit of stuttering on this camera. We're gonna see how this looks in post, and of course I'll tell you guys about it later. But yeah, 4K 30 FPS. All right, everyone, so those are some of the photos and videos that I took on the Moto G Stylus 2026. First and foremost, I want to go ahead and say, like, as far as the video goes, let's get into that. So as far as the video goes, the front-facing camera is actually pretty solid. It's not too noisy. It offers some good color. It offers some decent stabilization. I really don't have any issues with this, and I think this really does shine with the 4K at 30 frames per second. I think it looks really good. I think you can even vlog on this front-facing camera. If you guys are trying to get into social media or something like that, I think it does look really good. Now, when we get into the rear-facing camera, however, there is noise. There obviously is noise. It does have that juddering effect, and a pretty big juddering effect, and it's something that we do see on the A57 and the A37 from Samsung. So it's kind of on par for the price point right here. You're not going to get the greatest rear-facing video camera on here. If you guys like what you saw on here, or you thought it was pretty acceptable, I think you're going to have a decent time. But if you guys want the best camera overall, obviously the Pixel 10a is going to beat out the video on the Moto G Stylus 2026. Now, that's for the video. The video is okay. I don't think it's the best in the world. For $499, it's acceptable. Front-facing camera looks solid. Rear-facing, it's whatever. But now getting into the photos on this device, I believe the photos were actually pretty solid. We have a pretty solid color hue. Nothing's blown out of proportion. We don't have a ton of noise. Things are pretty natural without the contrast being turned up all the way like you see on some other low-end devices. Obviously, there's going to be some software end of stuff that's going to be processing the photos, so it's not going to be the most natural-looking photo of all time. But overall, the photos you get on here are clear. They don't really have much noise. They're going to get you by. I feel like the majority of people that buy this, 99% of people, are going to be absolutely happy with the front-facing camera photos and the rear-facing camera photos. And honestly, I don't have any issue with these. This is definitely a phone that I could use on a daily basis with the camera right here. So not too much of a big deal right there. The biggest deal, of course, is that rear-facing video. It's not the greatest in the world. And if you're really looking for something with a really good rear-facing video experience, I would say go to the Google end of things. They do pay more attention to their cameras and their sensors and everything like that. So I feel like the video experience might be a little bit better for you on something like a Pixel 10a or maybe even a Pixel 9a. But all in all, we have a solid camera on here. It's not the greatest camera in the world, but for $500 or eventually, inevitably, when this device goes down to $350 or $399, I think you're going to have a solid device on here. So yeah, guys, just want to give you guys some examples of some photos and videos that I've took on this device. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped you out. And hopefully you have a beautiful rest of your day. This has been Safal from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.